All right, today we're going to go ahead and change the battery on the passenger side on a 2001 Ford F350 4x4 Crew Cab Lariat. That's a fancy way of saying it's a Ford truck. All right, so we're going to need some tools, so let's go look at those. Here's the tools you're going to need and stuff. You'll need some paper towels, anti-seize for the bolts, a little ratchet, 8mm bolt, a little wobble extension. If you have a deep bolt where the bolts are, or the nuts are way down on the bolt, you'll need a 1/2-inch deep socket or 12mm deep socket. You'll need a 1/2-inch wrench or 12mm wrench. It depends on if somebody's changed the bolts on or nuts on it. A screwdriver to help spread them a little bit. Some soda pop to remove any corrosion. You'll need some battery terminal protectant in order to protect the battery terminals, help prevent future corrosion. You'll also need a little meter to see if the batteries or alternator is charging after you change the battery. And one thing I didn't show here is you'll need a little wire brush to brush off any corrosion and stuff. So anyways, let's go ahead and get to it. All right, now we got the tools. First thing you need to do is take a 13mm, a 12 or a 14, depending on if you have the originals or not, and remove the battery terminals. You have to remove both negatives first. All right, so remove the negative terminals and slip them underneath here like that. A little bit of stuff there. Do the other one. You have to do both of these so that you don't accidentally short it out. You can do the positive one if you want, but since the positive and the negative on the other side will be off and the negative on this side will be off, I'm not going to bother with it. Some mechanics will say you have to do it for safety. I don't think it's a big deal. Your choice. So let's get back over to the other side and get the battery out. All right, now you can just lift up this cover and remove the nut here. Might have to stick a screwdriver in here or something to kind of spread it a little bit, or the wrench. Grab the wire terminal and just set it off to the side like that. There you go, just so it doesn't bother anything or any other parts of the vehicle. All right, next we're going to go down here and we're going to remove a battery hold down clamp, and I'll show you that. All right, use your 8mm and probably about a 9-inch extension, and I'm going to use a little stubby ratchet, and we're just going to go ahead and we're going to remove that bolt and that assembly right there. All right, there we go. So we just lift that out just like that, set it someplace where it won't fall over and lose your bolt. Later you might want to clean this or put some anti-seize on it before you put it back in. We'll do that in a video later. All right, now that the battery's completely disconnected and free, now you can go ahead and lift the battery up, set it on the ground, and put the new one in the spot. Make sure the positive terminal is in the back. This is positive, and meaning the back side of the battery towards the rear of the car, and the negative is closest to the fender and closest to your vacuum chamber right here. There we go. And they are heavy. Just like that. All right, push it towards the back. There we go. Take a little bit of anti-seize and stick it on this bolt right here. Just a little bit there, it doesn't have to be a lot. And stick it back down in the hole where it goes down here. All right, it's got a couple of little slots right here. Those go towards the slots down here in the battery tray. They help line up the bolt so it fits in there. There you go. And grab your extension, 9-inch or whatever, and your 8mm, and screw that puppy down. Okay, see, I've got my little stubby up there. All right, there we go. It doesn't have to be super tight, just snug. That's it. So let's get up here and get the battery terminals cleaned up and get the battery terminals on. All right, here we go. Go ahead and pull these little caps off. They have little tabs on them. Just normally they come right off. And see, it's got a little bit of corrosion around it. So grab one of these at the store. I think they're $5 to $7, something like that, a couple bucks. I don't remember the exact cost, but they're not a lot. So clean up your terminals. Go forwards and backwards on it. Woo! That one's tight. And the battery terminal on the positive side is always bigger and thicker too. So you don't need to see me do this. I think you can figure that out. Go ahead and do the other one. There we go. All right, after you get those cleaned up, take your battery terminal cleaner, open it up like this, get your brush, clean the inside of the actual battery connectors. Let's go ahead and push this down here. Here we go. Clean up the inside of your battery connectors. Terminals, or not terminals, connectors, yeah. Clean them out real good inside and out. Let me zoom up a little bit here, or tilt you up slightly. There we go. Make sure it's clean inside and out really good. And go ahead and connect it then. When you push it down, this terminal right here should sit flush or just a little bit above it. If it's not, then kind of wiggle it a little bit, this terminal right here. And this one's got a little bit shorter terminal than most batteries, but it'll still work. Go ahead and set it on there. Go ahead and do the same thing with the other side. Set this one on here and see how this one sits up a little bit compared to this one. This is how they normally sit up, like that. So clean them up and go ahead and get your 13mm and tighten it down. There we go. You don't have to over tighten these either, because you don't want to damage the actual terminal. Some people get on these and they just crank and crank and crank until they're touching in the middle. That's not what's needed. There you go. Just make sure when you put it on, you can't move it easily with your hand like that, and that should be good enough. Same thing on this one over here. Mine's kind of stripped right there, so I double knotted it up. Works really well. It beats buying like a $450 battery terminal connector thing. So we're not going to do that. We'll just put a nut, 5-cent nut on there and call it good. And it's been that way for 7 years, no problems. All right, let's go get the other battery connected. I already cleaned this one earlier, so we don't have to worry about that. Figured you guys didn't need to see that twice. All right, and just go ahead and, like I said, snug them up. This one, sometimes you got to turn a little bit because the battery vent cover tray gets in the way. Come on there. There we go, and it doesn't move easily. Now, if you want, you can get some battery CRC terminal spray and spray it on there. I might go get that just for the fun of it and show it to you. Hold on. There you go. This is stuff I'm talking about. It works really well. Just spray it on here like this. And that'll help keep corrosion off. You can go ahead and do the positive one too. If you're worried about aesthetics and stuff, you can go ahead and tape all this off and make it do all that kind of stuff. But it's a working truck. All right, let's get it to do the other side. All right, here we go. Spray it up a little bit. And that's pretty much it. You're pretty much done. If you want, go ahead and start up the truck or whatever, but I don't think I need to start the truck to show you how to change the battery. So I want to thank you guys for watching. If you want to help my channel, to give it a like. If you want to help my channel more, please subscribe. I got a whole playlist on F350 truck stuff and more stuff in the works all the time. So God bless y'all and keep none of you out. Bye.